In a year, at least in Johor State itself, at least about 20,000 dogs and cats are being persecuted.
There are just far too many animals abandoned on the streets, given up by people. But you see, at the end of the day, you make a promise to the animals. You make a promise to take care of him for the rest of his life. And people who abandon the animals, I would say, are considered cowards.
And we are seated on a 10-acre piece of land right now. The animals has got the freedom to move and to die with dignity.
It's a wonderful place because the animals seem to know their boundaries, which sections they live in. The ones with the house stay in the house area. The ones with the horses stay in the horses area. So they've got their own separate areas, and they seem to know where they can and can't go and who's their friends. So it's got quite a unique energy.
Topaz is a bulldog. He's undernourished.
He was down to just skin and bones, that's all only. He was sent to a local vet in JB. When the receptionist asked for a down payment, they have to hospitalize the dog. The gentleman told them that, okay, I'm in a hurry, I need to go to work, and my wife will come in to make the payment, but he never returned. Never returned. And for that reason, he is a very destructive dog. He cannot stay put in the kennel. He has destroyed the kennel. He has pulled out the wirings and nettings and all that and destroyed the food bowls.
I think he was badly abused by his owner. He had a lot of anger. Dogs have anger just like you and me.
So when the vet called me and said that they cannot keep a dog like this because they are running a business and the dog is very destructive. And on top of it, it's not a young dog anymore, so nobody wants this dog. So when they brought this dog in, when I look at this animal, he has a myriad of problems. He has a big sore around the tail area, and we found out that how the sore came about is because these bulldogs has got a corkscrew tail, and it is a genetic problem. And some of these corkscrew tails, they screw so hard that it actually penetrates the flesh next to the anus. The eye, very badly infected. The cornea is all gone. And now the thing is to beef him up, let him put on a little bit of weight. He has put on 2 kilos since he came in.
See, the reason again, people abandon their animals is because they do not want to spend on medical bill. Medical bill is very expensive. It's not cheap. They always feel that paying medical bill, I think it's cheaper to buy a new dog and a new puppy. Big Ben is a basset hound, and he was abandoned in the car park in Malacca.
When I went up to Malacca to do our animal birth control program, which we normally do it, say, twice a month, I saw him and I said that some pain in his lower body.
When we brought Ben back to Noah's Ark, we realized that he was peeing blood and he wasn't feeling too good. We sent him for x-ray and discovered that he had stones in his bladder.
It was quite a long and tedious surgery because there were so many bladder stones in there and a lot of bleeding as well, but we removed, I think, at least 20 to 30 stones from his bladder. But ever since then, he's recovered well and he's urinating normal now and he's not having difficulties peeing, so I'm quite happy with how he recovered from the surgery.
They have a wonderful cattery at Noah's Ark. It's a Malay house. It's got no windows. It's got a big pond outside. Jasmine is a dog that lives in the cattery. And she is such a wonderful person. She looks after the cats.
Jasmine came in as a stray pup, doesn't mix around with dogs very much. Now, since she wanted to get into the cattery, I've decided that I told the workers that you let her in, but please supervise her, make sure that she doesn't eat the cats or swallow the cats. She settled down pretty well with the cats, and one day I saw her sleeping with the cats. It was quite a shock to see a stray dog going in that way. When she came in as a puppy, so I don't think that she has lived with cats, stray cats before. You see, animals, some or the other, they change. They change. It all depends on the environment. Noah's Ark has started this. When I came in, I tell myself that the only way to control these stray populations is through sterilizations. It's not through killing.
The difference between spay and neuter is that spay applies to a female animal, where we actually remove their womb and their ovaries, whereas neutering applies to a male animal, where we actually remove both their testicles.
With street cats and street dogs, now that is free sterilizations, and when we do the sterilizations, there is a marker. We mark the animal's years through a notching of the left ear.
Most important reason for sterilizing their pets is to control the stray population. So animals, by instinct, they do continue to breed and breed, and with a large number of strays out there, it opens up, the opportunity for abuse and killing as well.
I believe that if you do it properly and you take the environment in which you're going to put the animals back, is the best way to go. It's the only way to sustain it, yes. Unfortunately, yes.
Early age neutering applies to more of a shelter situation, where animals are actually sterilized at a younger age of about 3 to 4 months, as opposed to at least 6 months old in private owned pets. The reason why is because we want to get these animals adopted earlier, and a lot of times when people adopt the animals before they've been sterilized, they don't bring the animals back after 6 months to get them sterilized.
But I do believe that this is something that we have to strive for, not just with dogs, not just with cats, with all the animals that are overbreeding.
Getting the vets around here to contribute, and at that time to help us with our campaign. That's the only thing lacking. They are all too busy making money.
There's so many animals in Noah's Ark, I can't even count them, maybe more than 1,000 in total, and I think that amount of animals to handle and to treat is a little bit too much.
Well, for a big organisation like this, to run Noah's Ark takes a lot of money. There are very few shelters that can take that many animals now.
Sponsorship goes towards the upkeep of the 600 dogs, 300 cats, the horses, and many other small animals. The funds will go towards food, goes towards medical, and the workers to take care of them. There's so many dogs out there looking for a home, so I support adoption.
Rather rescue than buy. A pet is for life, and the normal span of a dog or cat is about 15 years.
It's moving to be what? To be a first-class city. If you have a first-class city, what about your kindness? A lot of people would say that it is judged by how you treat the animals. It is true. And how are we going to teach the children? That animals are animals, they have no soul, so you can do whatever they want, you can treat them in whatever manner you want to treat them. That is not the way. How many animals has been sacrificed? And yet, have we learned anything? We are still blaming everybody. We're just blaming our neighbor, blame the authorities, blame the government, blame this, blame that. No, you can't. You just can't. It's not a big blame game. You have to act. Whether it's big or small, you start with something. There are a string of work that you can do. If you can't catch, somebody can catch. But if you can't, you come up with the money will go a long way. Somebody will catch, somebody will keep, somebody will give a home. You know what I mean? It goes on. This is the cycle that it goes. Now, all human beings should learn how to respect God's creatures, great and small.
Noah's Ark needs all the help it can get in fundraising, medical equipment, anything that can help sustain these animals in the wonderful surrounding that they're in now.